Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail the story of Little Mike, aka Little CK from the movie 10 Years Slippin' with the Bloods. Little CK was born Michael Terrence Johnson on October 26, 1976. He was born and raised in Los Angeles. Little Michael grew up in a tough environment, and that led to him getting into the gang life early. And at an early age, he would join the Rollin 20 neighborhood Bloods. The Rollin 20 Bloods are a blood gang that formed in the 70s and later became one of the biggest and most known blood gangs in LA County. That meant they had a lot of rivals, which included top rivals like the Rollin 30 Crips and also the Rollin 40 Crips. Being a young member of the 20 Bloods, Little Mike, who was later named Little CK, a disrespectful term for Crips, became a well-known member, just being a teenager. Little CK didn't hang out with people his age. He was taken under the wing of the older guys in his neighborhood, and they had a lot of love and respect for him. Little CK had a lot of leadership qualities and was always down for his crew, which included a lot of older guys, some being KK, Dig Dug, and Lowdown. He was the youngest in his daily crew, but they respected him as a peer. Being down with the Bloods and the older guys came with a lot, but Little CK was mature for his age, and he was ready for everything that came with the streets. It was deeper than just hanging out drinking and smoking and having fun with your friends. CK was involved in a gang war with the Crips. CK didn't have the average life most teens had. Growing up in a war zone like South Central, he was selling drugs, fighting, being shot at by Crips, and doing shootings seeking revenge. And his name being CK was given for a reason. By 16, CK was giving his enemies issues with the pressure him and his gang was applying. But CK would feel the pressure of gangbanging when him and a friend were shot at, leaving them both shot. But they both survived the incident.
CK, also known as Lil Mike, shows us where he was shot by some Harlem Crips.
Alright. I was on the steps right here, and the dude was shooting from back there. About 4 shots was fired, and then I moved out the way. That's when I knew they were shooting at me, and I ran up these stairs right here, and then my homeboy got hit because he was sitting down. Then I ran about to that step right there, and I got hit. When he was running, he shot one more time right there. That's another one because he ran out that way and hopped in the car. And all the shells was right here from the gun because he shot behind his bush. Boom, 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 boom. Bullet's still in there. You can feel it right there. A 9mm.
Being shot didn't change CK's outlook on life. At 16, he was full-fledged in the streets and dedicated to his hood and his homies, so backing out and stepping back wasn't an option. If anything, being shot made him go even harder in the streets. CK had many bad influences around him, especially with being around the older guys he admired and had love for.
That's neighborhood Bloods. I'm from West Side 20s. They call me CK, man. Well, it stands for Crip Killer. And you know, they come shooting at us. We just go back and shoot at them. Whoever drop. You don't know if you hit them or not. That's all. You just see them ducking and dodging, falling.
I know it's a 9 for like a buck.
It's
when
like
I was living
this.
over here, nigga, what the hell?
You know,
I was the first blood
it's a lot of blood sets, it's a lot of Crip sets. It's more Crips than Bloods. Hey.
In the early 1990s, Los Angeles was at its deadliest point in history. 1992 would be the deadliest point in Los Angeles, with 2,500 reported killings throughout the county, and also a lot of incidents making major headlines, like the Rodney King incident with the police, and the outcome being the LA riots, and also an eventual gang truce that lasted a short while. With all the things going on in the city, you could see this was a crazy time to live in, and just getting by daily was a battle, never knowing when your last days was, and if someone's going to catch you slipping and kill you. CK was living a life that unfortunately put him at risk of life or death situations all the time, and on April 12, 1993, everything would come to an end. There's various accounts of what happened that day. Many say that Rollin 20 Bloods would rob some Rollin 30 Crips, and it would lead to the Crips seeking revenge, and CK and KK would be hanging out that day and be spotted by Crips looking for revenge, and it led to CK's death.
I keep seeing Mike's face, man, with a smile on his face, man. You know how Mike is, man. They just killed him, man. He was still young. He still had a chance. And all these Bloods in the world. Not my homeboy Mike, nah. I don't know what is going on no more, you know? You know, the world seems crazy. It seems like reversing and backwards and forward. It seems like it's trying to, the world seems like it's trying to end. I don't know, it don't make no sense. That's Mike.
When I lift up his shirt and seen a hole in his stomach, it wasn't no blood coming out. So I knew it was like gonna be like internal bleeding. And I took off my shirt and put it up under his head. And the ambulance came, they picked him up and took him away. And his brother told me that he died.
But another theory that KK believed was that CK's girlfriend set them up because the Crips knew exactly where they were. But regardless of the situation or how it happened, CK would lose his life that day.
KK was with CK when he was shot. Little Mike was his best friend too. KK pondered the facts of how his homie was killed.
So when he turned around, a guy was just standing there with a gun out. So they all ran. So Mike tried turning around. He shot Mike in the leg first, in the right leg. And then he shot him again, and Mike fell. Then he stood over him with the gun. He shot him in the stomach. He was finna shoot him again, and the gun ran out of bullets. So he turned the gun over. He started beating him upside the head. He said, "You the one shot my homeboy. You shot my homeboy." Mike said, "I didn't shoot your homeboy. I didn't shoot your homeboy." So at the time when he was doing all the shooting, I ran like a block or 2 blocks down. And I stopped, and I'm like, fuck that. They gonna kill my homeboy, they gonna have to kill me too. So I'm running forward, and I just see the guy he didn't really run or nothing. He just got up, walked off, jumped in the fucking car. And by the time I make it to Mike, Mike was on his back near the curve on Washington and Gramercy. He was rolling around. Blood was just choking him, he was trying to breathe. We kept saying to breathe, Mike, breathe. Douglas had his hand say, "Stay alive, man, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive." And Mike just kept rolling. He just finally just blinked on the fuck out. They killed him, but they can't never kill the memory.
CK was only 16 years old, and his death deeply affected his family, friends, and also his gang.
It's my dog. Let him know I'm still here for him. When I met little Mike, started as his friends, and that friendship built up to love and honesty. When you miss something so much, I guess you just disappear with it. People, families, mothers crying. A lot of people have different stories how their friends died out here. It's just sad out here that we just gotta figure out how to learn to help each other out. Yeah, I come here alone a lot.
CK's story and the rest of his crew story became known to the world by 2005 in a documentary called 10 Years Slippin' with the Bloods. That showed all the trials and tribulations that the crew faced over a decade period, which included members' death and some facing jail and facing life and death situations. The documentary showed the aftermath of several situations in the crew's lives. Dying at the age of 16 was the reality of many gang members back in the day, and still to this current day. CK would have been 48 years old if he lived. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.